है ना।
हाँ
देखिए नीचे टाइम चलते रहे, है ना, टाइम।
इसको दबा देंगे ना। हाँ टाइम तो चल रहा है।
Good morning, students. Today is the very important day for all of us because we are going to start the class of class 11, a milestone of your life. You all will remember throughout the life that in this critical period, the first class was started by me, Pradeep Kumar Singh ji. No, and by video we had started our teaching learning. Okay, and before going into the subject matter, I would like to give you some important information. And throughout the 2 years, you have to keep this information in your mind. First, in this critical period, you will teach and you will learn through this process, and every day you will watch the PDF, go by heart through the PDF and see the video what I send you every day, and YouTube in the name of Pradeep Saroj. Okay, and wherever you will feel problem, you will ask me at 12:30 to 1:30. I will be available in the class. Okay, first thing. Second thing, a very important slogan. Every year I say to my students that never miss a day and never miss a class. If any day and any discussion from any chapter you will miss, then that chapter will become a problem for you. From my experience, I am expressing this fact. If some students think that if I have not read today, tomorrow I will complete it. And I have experienced that left portion is never completed throughout the life. Okay. Therefore, I always suggest my students never miss a day and never miss a class. Every day you watch the video, you go through the PDF, and whatever the confusion arises, you ask me in the class. Maybe in class or by my mobile number, you can ask anytime before 9 p.m. Okay. Second. Third thing, you will start from today to make the fair notebook. Every day put a date on the copy page, and every day you make the class note, whatever I am telling here, and first you complete the exercises of NCERT book. And in mathematics, NCERT is not sufficient, and in parallel to that topic, you go through the another helping book like R.D. Sharma or R.S. Agarwal. Those who are interested in engineering, he must solve at least from R.D. Sharma. Okay, and wherever you feel problem, you ask me. I will help you at any cost. I am bound to help you. Next thing, there are so many questions and there are so many books of different writers, and the standard of questions are of different levels. Therefore, if some questions you could not solve, do not feel frustrated. whatever you can do, that is your property. Get confident about those concepts, those problems, and surely that will help you in solving many unseen questions. Only condition is there that you must have a clear-cut concept about some types of questions. And if you will see the addition or there is the different levels of questions, level 1, level 2, level 3. In this way, different levels are given. And at the end of every chapter, there is very short answer question, and there is what you can say multiple choice questions. You solve those questions, and those questions which are not solved, ask me. I will help you. These are some important. And make a routine during this period. Make a routine of study about 12 to 15 hours. Okay. You may think that I have got an opportunity that during this lockdown period I will use maximum my time. And don't think that we are not going to school and it is a curse for us and we are unlucky. Do not think like this. Okay, you think that you have got a chance, that you are completely in your home and all the materials are being sent to you, and you will try to clear them very lucidly. Okay? Now, these were some of the informations. I hope you all will keep it in mind throughout the 2 years after giving the final exam of class 12A in 2023. Okay, and during this period you will keep these words in your mind every day and you will recall it. Now see, we will start a new chapter, or the first chapter of class 11. Say, this is your first chapter, and you can say it is the alphabet of pure mathematics. Pure mathematics, you may surprise to hear the word what is pure mathematics. Mathematics has been divided into two parts. One is pure and another is applied mathematics. Pure mathematics is related to the development of mathematics, research of mathematics. And those researches are applied to some fields, then that comes under the branch of applied mathematics. Just like the most of the mathematics in the engineering section, that is applied, means where the concept of mathematics is used. Application of mathematics is called applied mathematics. And set theory is the alphabet of pure mathematics. Okay, one thing I hope you might understand, you may understand what is set. Now come to this word. Set, from day to day life you might have used this word, like a set of cloth, T-set, so T-set, badminton set, cricket set. These are the different situations where we use the word set, as it is set. No. Now see how this commonly used word set is used to develop a branch of mathematics called set theory. Now see here, a set of cloth means what? A shirt, pant, no, handkerchief, Generally, what we use in wearing one set of cloth, there may be the shoes or stockings, etc. etc. This collection of objects is called a set of cloth. Now, T-set. Generally, we present my friends on the birthday party or marriage day. T-set. T-set means collection of objects like tree, cups, kettle, etc. Means these are the different objects which are used to serve a tea, and those objects are collectively called tea set. Similarly, badminton set. From your common sense, you can say what things are used in playing badminton. There may be net, there may be court, there may be rackets. Two players play from both sides, and those collection of objects are called badminton set. Then, from the ongoing discussion, you might have observed what is set. Set is a collection of objects. From this discussion, we have come to this conclusion. Now, mathematically, what is set? Generally, mathematicians say that set is an undefined term, and it is a peculiar thing in mathematics that there are some concepts which are not yet defined, but by the concept of that undefined terms, a big branch of mathematics has been developed. Just like from the earlier classes you might have seen, the word is point. Perhaps you all are knowing that point is not defined. Point is an undefined term. In the same way, set is also an undefined term. But how it will be defined? We can't define set. We give the explanation of set. Now, you may surprise that you are making words. What is the meaning of explanation and definition? Suppose if someone asks you to define a man, suppose someone is asking you define a man. You can't define a man. You will have to give the explanation of man. Man is a social animal. He lives in this way. He eats this. He loves like that. He does this. Means there are several characteristics you will give about the man, and that is called the explanation of man. And by that explanation, we can identify a man. In the childhood period, you might have written the essay on cow. There we do not define the cow. This is called cow. This type of definition is not possible. Then how we write? Cow is a four-footed domestic animal. She has four feet, one leg, two horns, two ears. In this way, we define the cow. In the same way, we give the explanation of set. How it is explained? See, explanation of set. See, explanation from these definitions or from these object examples, we already have got a concept about set. That set is a collection of objects. Okay. Now, which type of collection of objects? Well defined. The object should be well defined. Means whenever someone says a set of cloth, nobody will purchase a cup or a football or a badminton. Whenever somebody says a set of cloth, means the materials relating to the cloth. In the same way, if somebody says T-set, then nobody will purchase a football, or nobody will bring a football or badminton, because they are not in the T-set. Therefore, what we say, set is a collection of well-defined, distinct and distinguishable objects. See, set is a collection of well-defined, distinct and distinguishable objects. Okay? Now see here. Well-defined I have already explained. Well-defined means the objects which belong to that collection or does not belong to the collection. For example, if I have said the one set of cloth, then a football will not belong to this collection. A racket will not belong to this collection. But a shoe will belong to this collection. Stockings will belong to this collection. By well-defined means this. Well-defined means whether a particular object belongs to that collection of objects or does not belong to that collection. Now, here is the second word, distinct. Well-defined, one thing more. Well-defined. For example, suppose I say, bring an object. Bring an object, that is not well-defined. But if I say, bring that tool, then that is well-defined. In case of object, you may ask, sir, what object? But in case of tool, nobody will ask, sir, which tool? I am showing that, bring that tool. Nobody will ask me, sir, which tool? But if I say, bring an object, object is not well-defined. Object may be a bench, object may be the mobile, object may be a copy. Okay. Therefore, well-defined means also that concept. Now, distinct. Distinct means, suppose I write A and B. Okay. These are the two objects. You can see here, these two objects are distinct. One is A, another is B. Now, here what again comes here? Distinguishable. What does it mean? Distinguishable. See here, A and B both can be distinguished. A has special identity, B has another identity. But suppose if I write A and A, both are distinct. There are two A's, but they cannot be distinguished. If I say which one is A, then you may ask which, first or second, because both are the same. They cannot be distinct. They have not the different identity. They have the same identity. Therefore, the objects in the set should be distinguishable. Then how we can conclude it? Means in the set, all the elements will be different. Repetition of elements, this type of collection will not be collected in the set. Then set is a, conclusively what you can say, the set is a collection of well-defined, distinct and distinguishable objects. I hope the explanation of set is clear. Now, how a set is written? Set is always written between middle bracket. Okay, this is the symbol of writing a set. And the objects by which the set is formed are written inside the bracket, like A, B, C, D. This type of set is written. Now, the total set is represented by the capital letter. But the elements or the objects by which the set is formed may be written in the small letter or may be written in the capital letter. There is no hard and fast rule. But you have to keep the right elements or the objects writing within the middle bracket. But this middle bracket is necessary. somebody writes here big bracket, or somebody writes here small bracket, or somebody writes here angle bracket, then that will be not the correct representation of a set. Whenever you will write any set, always write within the middle bracket. You will keep it in mind. Okay? Now, the second concept is element of a set. See, element of a set. Element of a set. In the previous example, we have written a set, capital A. It has the objects A, B, C, D. It is a set. Now, by simple observing this set, you can say, sir, A is an object in this collection. B is an object in this collection. C is an object in this collection. D is an object in this collection. Object in mathematics we call it element. Means A is an element of set A. Okay? Symbolically, we write it A is an element of set A. We read it as is an element of, is an element of, or it is also read as belongs to. Belongs to. A belongs to A. This word is actually epsilon. Perhaps it is the Greek letter, and this letter is used to represent element. Is element. A is an element of set A, or we say A belongs to A. In a similar way, B is an element of set A. We write symbolically B is an element of set A, or we can read it as B belongs to the set A. No, suppose I want to say some particular element does not belong to the set A. Means if I say B is not an element of set A. How will I write it? F is not element. What symbol is used for element, and we cut it. Is not element of set A. We read it as F is not an element of set A, or F does not belong to the set A. Clearly, this symbol stands for belongs to, and if we cross it, does not belong to. Does not belong to. Okay. Now, there is a exercise in addition based only filling the belongs to or does not belong to, and very easy. I will not fill it to solve examples. You can take an example. Suppose I write a set A equal to, suppose A is a set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose this is a set. Now, by simple observing this set, you can get the answer relating to the belongs to or does not belongs to. For example, 1, obviously 1 belongs to the set A. 2 dash A belongs to the set A. 3 dash A obviously does not belong to the city.